ENTJ subtypes. Number 1. The bulldozer. This type, in a word, is force. Whatever goal they put that in service of tends to happen. In music, speed is often the product of coordination. Coordination sits at the heart of strategy. Few types do coordination, and therefore strategy, better than this variant of ENTJ. As a result, they are titans of efficiency, moving at a pace that seems inhuman at times. They are masterful at allocating resources, leading by example, being charismatic, negotiating, transactionality, pretty much whatever gets the job done. There is something inarguable about TE when it's in full flow. It's hard to make your case against someone who has a better grasp of objective metrics and measurements. As the name suggests, they bulldoze. But what do they bulldoze exactly? Feelings. Emotional reasons can seem less valid to the ENTJ, if not downright disruptive. The same traits that make them winners in life, and they invariably are, cause them to devalue subjectivity. In other words, their TE suppresses their own and other people's FI. This type of ENTJ is probably going to be typed correctly, but given their relentless pragmatism, they might mistype as an ESTJ. Number 2. The vanguard. This type of ENTJ is a visionary in the truest sense of the word. They organize themselves and other people towards long-term goals. It could be finding ways out of bad situations, or ambitiously pushing past what they feel has been unnecessarily settled for. The character of Furiosa from Mad Max strikes me as a good example of this ENTJ subtype. She's capable of sustaining an allegiance to a vision that seems very far off, and can strategize towards that with the typical ENTJ ruthless mindset. When she needs to organize in a TE way, she does. When she has to navigate the chaos of the present moment in an SE way, she does. But it's all in service of that NI goal. On a deeper level, it also links very much to her protected and usually hidden FI emotional desires. These types of ENTJs rise to prominence because of their foresight. They can see around the corner before most people have seen the corner. Given their long-range thinking and often intuitive nature, they might be mistyped as INTJs. Knowing your type is one thing. Using it is another. The Mind My Mind app makes personality types practical. You'll get daily insights that help you grow, catch blind spots before they trip you up, find celebrities with your type, understand the people around you, and get them to understand you better by comparing types with family and friends. It's free, completely private, and available on iOS and Android. Use this link down below. Number 3. The Warrior King or Queen. You have the archetypical INTJ ruler, who is a puppet master with a bird's eye view over the chessboard. You also have the fiery ESFP warrior archetype, who takes things one battle at a time. This subtype of ENTJ is a devastating synergy of the two. It's a product of them being balanced with NI and SE. Imagine it like a bird of prey, at first soaring to assess the terrain, then swooping down on their target. This type of ENTJ wants more excitement, adventure, and risk than most ENTJs. Other ENTJs might look at them as actually quite reckless. They are a storm of movement and energy, and impulsivity and hedonism are always voices in their head. It's easy for them to be mistyped as both SE DOMs. They can look like ESFPs because they have the same functions, in a slightly different order. They also look like ESTPs, given their extroverted, high energy, and logical nature. Number 4. The humanitarian. This type of ENTJ coordinates their considerable drive in the name of a cause. It will be a cause that resonates deeply with them. This type represents the union of pragmatism and principle, with the first serving the second. It's an unusual alchemy, but it somehow makes sense when you see it in practice. The legendary chess player Garry Kasparov strikes me as a great example. He's an ENTJ almost to the point of caricature. In my view, it even comes across in his playing style. But from the very start, he always stood on points of principle. He was, and is, an emotionally driven person, not to mention extremely emotionally expressive too. He always had some kind of cause or enemy to fight against. Be that his rivals, the machine of the Soviet Union of which he was a rebellious product, the, in his estimation, dubious tactics used by IBM when the Deep Blue machine famously beat him, or his post-chess career political campaigns against Putin. As his great and contrastingly brilliant rival Karpov once said of him, Kasparov and I have nothing in common. For me, chess was the end. For him, it has merely been the means. This variant of ENTJ will often be mistyped as an ENFJ, given their emotionally driven desire to bring about change in the name of a cause.